don't mind me. Then, I was gonna mention something else that I've completely forgotten. I don't know. Hype today within the community? Yeah, I imagine so. They do summon your state, a few Fan Expo events. By the way, have you heard the word of our Lord and Savior, Todd Howard? No? What has he said now? Fan Expo comes here every January. Okay. So yeah, I think, gosh dang it, going on there too. Am I stuck? Oh, oh. Huh? Skill issue. What can I say? Serious skill issue. Bloodborne's a hard game after all. Well, Mortis, you ever seen anything like that? Okay, that answers that. I haven't seen that before. Okay, well, there was, FromSoft elevators are sapient? Sapient? I don't actually know what that word means. Let's pick up my nothing here. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I checked to see if I had enough ritual blood before starting the stream to see if I could do chalice dungeons this stream, and I didn't. I needed 6 for the next one, and I only had like 4. I was like, oh no, do I have to go into the chalice dungeon and grind? But then I looked it up online, and I found that you can just get them for blood echoes. So I did 1 round of this pig run, like right before starting this stream, and then I got myself like 26 or something ritual blood. So I'm good on ritual blood now. I'm pretty A-okay. Intelligent human, like, okay, I gotcha. Boop. I told the Bethesda developers humor has no place in video games, and everyone on Twitter is adding old screenshots of funny game bugs in his games. Nice. Whoops, that wasn't a charge one. Whatever. I only need a few. I just need to enter the stupid dungeon. Come on. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I shouldn't have unequipped this stupid thing. No, I thought it'd be faster if I looped over this way. I don't need those blood echoes. The blood vials. Oh, they were fighting over there. I was worried he was going to charge me down and kill me there. But yeah. Humor has no place in games. Jazzpunk would like a word with him. I'm not familiar with that game. Humor has no place in video games. Looks at Oblivion. What a beautiful game that is, isn't it? Good old Elder Scrolls Oblivion. There, I just needed a little taster, a little smidge. I don't know why I'm keeping these Molotovs equipped when I'm never using them. I just don't know what else to put on here when I'm not actively using any of these. I should actively use them. I should have, like, when I was grinding between sessions, like, bought some more stuff. But I was just so focused on blood vials that I didn't think about it. So I just need 1,800 here. And then, 4? Wait, what? Do I have 6? Why is that red? Not enough materials. Did I not buy... Oh, I need ritual blood too. Wait a second. Do I need to farm this? From the previous dungeon? Did I just purchase ritual blood 1? Oh, I totally did. Oh, gosh dang it. Do I need to go into the previous thing and find 2 more ritual blood 2s? God dang it, man. Damn you. Just... give me some of these and then... sure, that, I guess. Yeah, Helldiver is definitely pretty funny, too. Do I go to, like, the furthest down layer? I think I saw in one of those videos that I was looking up. That's, like, the side path next to the final layer boss has, like, some of the best goodies and, like, ritual blood or something. I don't know. Jazzpunk is a game that can only be experienced. I cannot describe it whatsoever. Okay. Not related to Todd Howard, but man, hilarious bugs made the recent Pokemon games 10 times more fun than they would have been bug-free. Honestly, you're not wrong. You are very much not wrong with that. It'll be interesting to see what's going on with Legend ZA there. So there's like a side path here, right? Can I go this way and find 2 more Ritual Blood 2? If I had realized it was Ritual Blood 2, then I would have gone and grabbed this off camera right before starting stream, but whoops. If it turns out to be, like, too much of a pain trying to find this crap, then I'll just focus on some of the overworld bosses that I missed tonight and then do this stupid, grinding for this stuff on my own time. Search corpse. Bloodstone shard. Well, that's cool, but it's not ritual blood. $20 says that Legend ZA is going to be another half-baked buggy mess. Yep. And did you hear about the fact that the Gen 6 starters are finally getting Mega Evolutions, but they're locked behind 1, Nintendo Online, and 2, their FOMO seasonal bonuses for... what is this guy doing here? Moonwalking a little bit? for getting to a high enough rank in the ranked matchmaking mode during each of the respective seasons. So, there's gonna be little kids out here playing against, like, sweaty 30-year-olds, trying to get the rank to be able to get, like, Mega Greninja, Delphox, and Chestnut. This looks like it'd be an invisible wall. It's not. I don't know, man. So there's that. And they've also just opened pre-orders for DLC for Legends ZA when the game itself isn't even out yet. Like, when I think of, like, a really good DLC for a game, I'll think of something that is, like, full-on developed after the fact. Like, hey, this game was successful, let's do something more. Like, Shadow of the Erdtree is a fantastic example while we're playing a Soulsborne game here. Like, for bang for your buck, and just, like, a very thoroughly made DLC that came out, what, like, 2 years after the main game? Like, sure, yes, please. But, you know, announcing and opening pre-orders for DLC before the game in question is even out. I would say only Pokemon, but clearly not nowadays in the modern industry, sadly. Blood Vial, that's not what I want, though. Don't get me started on that BS. Oh my god. I legitimately haven't seen anything on the Switch 2 that's made me want to buy the console. Whoa. Yeah, I'm trying to search sprint like it's Night Rain again. I can't blame you. I honestly cannot blame you. And, with a lot of stuff with the Switch 2 so far, I've seen some people mention that, like, a lot of people are losing interest in getting new games and are now more interested in getting caught up on their game backlog. Oh, here we go. That's kind of what I'm starting to feel. Is like, throughout the Switch era, where, like, it was kind of the beginning of the Switch era that I started with content creation stuff here, I basically played, like, any big new Nintendo release that came out. And I kept that up for a decent while. I need 1,800 Blood Echoes, though, didn't I? Maybe I'll go kill a guy here really quickly. Just really quickly here. But with the modern era of Nintendo, it's like, maybe I shouldn't be going out of my way, even as a content creator, be playing, like, every little thing that Nintendo puts out. Especially with all these $30 DLCs that have been coming out lately, which are just the biggest nothing burgers. $30 Donkey Kong Bonanza gives you one new layer and a super repetitive roguelike mode that apparently isn't even randomized. that you can play. Isn't even randomized for, like, what's around the area. I'm sure the perks that you get are semi-randomized, but they're just the same generic things that you continue to level up over and over again, so it gets, like, super boring after just a little bit of time. That's $30. Kirby Starcross World. For $30, you can get 12 levels, a boss battle, and a new hard mode for the arena. Super Mario Party Jamboree. For $30, you can get a few mouse mini-games, that one, like, mouse control roller coaster thing, and a couple new game modes. Oh, and I guess a couple, like, microphone and camera mini-games that are just kind of, like, the most basic bitch mini-games ever. So, like, considering the nothing burgers of the $30 DLCs that Nintendo's been putting out lately, like, the games that they've been putting out so far on the Switch 2, Mario Kart World, I like that. I do very much get the criticisms with, like, the intermission courses. Like, I'm not someone that plays online, so I don't care as much, but I do very much get it. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I thought that game was fantastic, but man, that $30 DLC released, what, just like a couple months after the game came out, for just like the biggest nothing burger. Like, hey, this game was successful, let's go ahead and put out some more content. Or maybe have some content that was cut from the main game, who knows? And just use it for DLC. After all this stuff, it's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't be trying to play every single little Nintendo thing that comes out, as I used to for years here to showcase on this channel. Like, earlier this year, Drag X Drive came out on the Switch 2. The whole wheelchair basketball thing that you did with the dual mouse controls. I didn't pick up and showcase that game. That was a decent, like, new Nintendo game that came out that I decided not to showcase. And I'm starting to think maybe it should be that way with, like, more things. And some of these DLCs as well. Like, the Switch 2 edition of frickin', what was it? Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Which adds, like, some versus mini-games, it looks like, and a couple new levels. And that's gonna be another $30 thing, and it's like, okay, well, is it really that important to showcase when it seems like it's the biggest nothing burger ever? Like, is it really that important? So I'm starting to think that I probably shouldn't showcase as much new Nintendo stuff that's coming out, just because, one, it's expensive, and two, it's not very much bang for your buck with especially these DLCs lately. And I should be using this as my opportunity to get caught up on my game backlog, playing other games I've been meaning to play for a long time. Like Bloodborne! Look, here I am playing Bloodborne instead of Drag X Drive. Is there really going to be that many viewers of this channel that are going to be upset that I'm doing that? I sure hope not. Maybe there would be some, but I'm thinking that this might be my opportunity to only maybe start picking up the Nintendo games that really pique my interest, like the next Fire Emblem game, for example, or the Duskbloods next year, you know, stuff like that. And not everything, and use that time to instead play more other shit that I've been meaning to, that's been so deep down on my backlog for so long. Let's start digging into my backlog of games, because like I've mentioned many times, there's no end to my super backlog of games here. So this might be a great opportunity to be delving into this kind of stuff, you know? So that's kind of what I've been thinking recently. So yeah, definitely can't blame you for not having much that seems too appealing with the Switch 2 so far. Alright, let's actually go into the next Chalice dungeon here. But yeah, should have the Erdtree as a DLC, well worth the money, for sure. Might buy the DLC if and only if they have Hoopa obtainable in it. Gotta flesh out that Dex. I see the Legend ZA open world and think, man, Mario 64 made a better looking open world game in 1996. Yeah, definitely had a whole lot more charm there, didn't it? Really shouldn't promote Nintendo. They're starting to become like EA and Ubisoft. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, they've always been anti-consumer and just kind of an awful company. But they've just been like especially so lately. If it wasn't for Kid Icarus and Metroid, I wouldn't care one bit about Nintendo. Yeah, also fair. That's a game that I'm looking forward to later this year, is Metroid Prime 4. That's a Nintendo game that I'm legitimately looking forward to. Another one that's coming out is, what was it called? Age of Imprisonment, the new Hyrule Warriors game. And if I wasn't a content creator, I probably wouldn't pick that up. That's one that I probably will still pick up just because, hey, Age of Calamity was unexpectedly good for me. And I really like the music, and I think that the game would probably be worth it for the music alone. Be quite the jammer. But, you know, I'm getting freaking burnt out of Breath of the Wild, man. Breath of the Wild really, got Nintendo hooked on that, didn't it? But yeah, all $30 here. Wonder is not even worth the money, don't think so. I thought it was decent, but, you know, I wouldn't be going out of my way for it or anything like that. If I had others to be playing it with, then, like, the New Super Mario Bros. Games, I'd be like, oh yeah, for sure. Or if I was playing Wonder shortly after New Super Mario Bros. Wii as a kid. Why'd my camera start looking up the ceiling? Then I probably would have gotten a big kick out of Wonder. Nowadays, it's like, okay, well, that's interesting, it's fine. The sad thing about Super Mario Bros. Wonder is, you know when it peaked? Was level 2, Piranha Plant Parade. That's the peak of the game. That's the most charming level, is level 2. And then nothing ever matches that level of charm. Peak is literally level 2 of Mario Bros. Wonder. But yeah, just a platformer game just like Silksong. I'm sure that's a little bit of sarcasm, but yeah, definitely not quite the same there. Do you mind, good sir? Could you maybe not? But yeah, I can't wait for the day we get to see Harmonia play Baldur's Gate 3. I feel like he'd enjoy it quite a bit. I'd honestly be intrigued about playing Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 before that point. Not because there's like, it's a game where you necessarily need to play the other ones first to see like similar gameplay stuff or, you know, an overlapping story or anything like that. But because Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are locally developed games, that's like early era BioWare. And my dad is friends with, whoa, one of the BioWare founders, Greg Zeschuk, that nowadays isn't involved with the gaming industry and instead works in the beer industry. And when Finn was here last month, we actually got a tour of his brewery, and I was chatting with him a little bit about the gaming industry. And I just want to try, like, some locally developed games that, you know, are just, like, big, important Edmonton kind of stuff, you know? And, whoa, is what I would like. So one day but I don't know how long Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are. And I guess because it's, you know, so different, like, completely different studio, presumably completely different story, it's probably one of those things where it wouldn't be too important to play 1 and 2 before 3. And I could just do 3, and it's like, if I like it, then one day I get around to playing 1 and 2. I'd have to look into it or have somebody tell me, like, this isn't too important there, right? But just because of how big, like, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 were, I kind of want to try them out there. To do Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, you're probably only looking at a total of 30 hours. Like, both of them together, adding up to 30 hours? That's not bad at all. I could totally put something like that in. But yeah, like, that is a good example of a game that I would like to play. Like, really big examples of RPGs that came out that look really awesome and I would like to play and just haven't had the time are Baldur's Gate 3 and Metaphor ReFantazio. Like, those are two really big examples there. And is there anybody that would really complain about, let's say I don't play the next Nintendo, frickin' dick around with this same formula for the bazillionth time, or this overpriced DLC for lackluster content, instead of playing, say, Baldur's Gate 3 or Metaphor ReFantazio? Is there anyone that'd be upset that I was playing those games instead of, like, every new Nintendo thing? So maybe I should be, playing some of these games on my backlog. Some of these games that actually look pretty friggin' awesome. Or God of War. That's another one on my backlog there. Let's see here. Let's see here. I actually got into Pokemon ROM hacks recently because of anti-consumer tactics. Very fair. Good on you. It's incredible. I've audibly laughed at the game's silly moments more than any other game I've played. I've seen a lot of clips from Baldur's Gate 3, if that's the thing that's still being referred to there. Mainly a multiplayer game, though, and we had our fair share of troubling times of getting Tales of Symphonia figured out, plus Baldur's Gate 3 is extraordinarily long. Yeah, it's a game that if I played, I don't know if I'd do it in multiplayer. It would probably be a lot more fun in multiplayer. You just Falcon kick me. Keep on attacking. Get some health back. Ooh. I've got lots of blood vials here. Bloodstone shard. Is someone just screeching over here? Maybe I just played on my own, but I don't know. I've seen a lot of Sips clips. Sips is a content creator that I haven't seen, like, any main stuff of in a long time, but I used to watch a lot as a kid as, like, part of the Yogscast and stuff. When it was Sips and Shin, before Shin was kind of, canceled for not super great stuff. Boop, boop. Always thinking that's gonna take 2 strikes, but my damage is actually pretty good now. And I've seen on his channel, like, a decent few Baldur's Gate 3 clips. And they are extremely hilarious. And they do honestly make me want to play the game. They are pretty good. Oops, I keep on forgetting that if I roll and then do the transform that it, wow, I'm not getting as shredded anymore. Thank you, levels. Well, I know I'm also in, like, the early Chalice dungeon, so it's probably not gonna be that way for long. But yeah. Whoops. What? Oh, from here. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are very short games, but they're pretty fun, too. Okay. Yeah, it's something that I would like to see just as, like, a part of Edmonton gaming history. So yeah, I want to do Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and the Mass Effect games one day. Maybe I do a little bit of the Dragon Age games. I own Dragon Age Inquisition on the Xbox 360 that I got at, like, a retro game store or something like that. I'm lazy, man. So, that's stuff that I would like to check out one day there. Yeah, I know that Anima would definitely be the go-to person to talk about, like, Mass Effect stuff. So I have the good go-to contact on that one. But yeah, let's see here. If I ever do multiplayer with it, though, it probably wouldn't be a good idea to invite me. Too many shenanigans. No, Baldur's Gate 3 is great in multiplayer and single player. The game has enough story and immersive NPCs that you could still enjoy it in single player. Yeah, and pretty much all the clips that I've seen of the game have been just people playing in single player. And it does honestly look like a very sick and very silly game. Like, some of my favorite clips are like, someone's trying to sneak, and then they roll a nat 1, and then they just, like, collapse behind the person they're trying to sneak past. It would be such a clippable, funny game, I think. Beast Possessed Soul. I'm not even going to use Molotovs, but I'd like to be on that. Boop. Wow, look at my damage here. What are you doing, you weirdo? That's not too much damage to me, is it? Boop. 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 Whoa. I thought my third hit would be like a downward bonk. Just trying to punch me? Is that what's going on here? Ow. I tried to roll that, but... No! Range! Oh, I'm gonna lose to this because I'm bad at video games. But yeah. But yeah, what? Chat is on, right? What? Why does my computer like that? Didn't like the window that I was clicked on for that. Okay. Well. But yeah, it's a game that I definitely wouldn't mind playing one day. And yeah, maybe the, ideally with the next era of this channel, I've talked a few times about how I don't really know what the upcoming future of this channel looks like. Ideally, I get a job here soon. I've actually got a job interview later this week at a place that my Taekwondo instructor actually referred me to, which is really nice of him. So we'll see how things pan out there, or if it's even a potential right fit for me. It's, doing a bunch of coding and database work with, like, real estate related stuff, from what I understand. But I'd be discussing it with, like, Mr. Dudo when I'm there. See, what's going on there, and if things are a potential good fit. Yeah, there's that slam down. Or what's going on there. And if I'm the person that they would want for that. But yeah, ideally, near future has me having less time for content creation and more time that I'm working and on the grind and saving up monies to make a down payment on a house here one day, you know? But outside of that, with my more limited time, like, assuming that I'm continuing to stream and, like, play games and different things, whoa, don't be Deathrite Bird poking me here. I keep on thinking that I'll be able to swing between your strikes, and I keep on not, so I'm gonna not keep on trying to do that, because that is clearly not working out for me. Boop! Just get away. Whoops, okay, whatever. But yeah. Let's see here. First God of War games are super short, 48 hours each, I think. Okay. Give a stream at a charity event, maybe. That might be better for LAN events, potentially. Because, like, 24-hour charity stream ones, I want to be, like, around maybe the 20-ish hour mark, so that even if I take a little bit longer, like, it'll easily fit within the 24 hours, but not be, like, too short. Like, I have done some twofer kind of 24-hour charity streams before. Like, when I played Metal Gear Solid for half of a 24-hour stream, and then, like, Tears of the Kingdom. That was a new release at the time for the other half. You could always do something like that. I don't know. I think the next 24-hour charity stream game at Extra Life this year is going to be Metal Gear Solid 4. Which, Guzma, you might actually be interested in. That's going to be the adventure that kind of leads into Metal Gear Rising in terms of Raiden's story. Since Raiden, from what I understand, is a key character in Metal Gear Solid 4. And it's the thing that comes right before Metal Gear Rising. So, boop. Anyway, ideally, I get job. I have less time for streaming in general. And what time I do have, maybe it won't be spent on as much, like, every little thing new Nintendo kind of stuff. And it should instead be spent only on, like, the new games that are coming out that actually, like, super catch my interest. Like, new Fire Emblem games, as I was mentioning before. And then whatever other time I have, I catch up on some of these other games that I've wanted to play and just haven't had the time for. Like Baldur's Gate 3, like Metaphor ReFantazio. Like, so many games here. The fact that I'm doing as much damage as I am and receiving as much damage as I am, I have already lost to this guy twice, is a little bit embarrassing. But, we're not gonna worry about that. Come on. I'm lazy, man. Burn. Hey. Just get out of here. Imagine me actually using my consumables in this game. Twin bloodstone shards. Alright, well, I almost used a blood vial trying to interact with this like it was Night Rain again. But yeah. Yeah, I'm actually already renting by myself now. Nice. Maybe Janland might be the best time to do it. Maybe. I think I had a game in the back of my mind that I wanted to do at Janland, but now I don't remember what it is. Actually, no. I think I had in mind a dragon that I wanted to 3D print as a prize. I think I'm getting mixed up with that. I don't know why I play for Janland. Janland's good for, like, wintry kind of games, if there's anything that fits that. Which I don't know that there would be. And Hallowland is, like, perfect for the spookier kind of aesthetic games. What with me wanting to do, like, this game. And Dirge of Cerberus. And Walking Dead stuff. So many things I want to do at Hallowland this year. It's insane. Yes, the good fun times. Yeah, it's Jack the Ripper. That's what he was known as in those games, I think. Metal Gear Solid 4, I think. He was known as that in Metal Gear Solid 2 as well. So, yeah, Raiden's games are Metal Gear Solid 2, 4, and Rising Revengeance. But yeah, paying 600 USD a month for rent. Okay. Could definitely be worse in today's market. Boop, do I just one-shot? Yeah, I'm just one-shotting. You know, I'm just gonna speedrun this. Like, who cares about killing every little guy? Let's just go places. I just gotta pull a lever, and then I gotta go fight the boss. There's no reason for me to be, like, super dicking around here, I don't think. Wow. That was actually a lot of damage to me. Just much wow. Hey. Oh, I missed! Thank goodness that staggers you. Or else I'd be worried. You guys usually drop something, right? Ritual blood. Ooh. Good ritual blood that I might need for the next chalice, potentially. Water bill, electric bill, gas bill, and even a Wi-Fi bill. Yep. That's how it'll go. And yeah, they can definitely be very different depending on where you live in the world. Like, when Finn was here, he was telling me that his energy is, like, one of the biggest things when it comes to his living expenses. What with the whole, you know, Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the subsequent energy crisis that's kind of going on in Europe now because of that. Wow, you left way farther than I thought you would. My god. You guys drop things. Like, maybe the... Gosh dang it! Like, maybe the ritual blood that I might need for the next chalice thing, so maybe it's worth it to take you guys out. Bloodstone shard? Well, no matter what, you drop some good stuff. But yeah. Landlord is super friendly, though. It's by a hat. Nice. Well, glad that works out that way, then. Here. Is there not a way to go through here? Invisible wall! I'm starting to wonder if there's no invisible walls in this game. I don't know here. Maybe this wasn't the way to go. Could have sworn I saw that there was a way somewhere around here. Was it this? I don't think I've been in here yet, have I? I don't believe. There's gonna be a lever somewhere around here? I thought that was a pressure plate at first. Oh, look, there it is. Here. Whoa, I keep on doing the jump. Here, may as well do this first and foremost. Look, I'm lazy, man. Let's just do this. Part of me is debating if I should buy, like, a whole whack of these before venturing further into the chalice dungeon. I might do, like, a brief pig run to buy a whole whack. I didn't realize that these could be so useful in here. Like, this would definitely save some time. This isn't the way to go to the thing, is it? Because there was a way down here. There might be a blue door over yonder way. Like, what's this? Is this the thing for the lever, or is this something else? This might be the thing for the lever. There's no blue here. Is this optional? Where am I going? Hey. Looks like a boss that you'd see in, like, a Legend of Zelda game, except creepier. With, like, the big weak point. The thing that it attacks you with, which is also a weak point. I'm so destructive, man. Is there something else going on here, or something or other? What's going on around here, huh? What is happening? Hello. You guys take a few more hits than the other dudes. Oh, the Soulsborne game. I should have figured that. There's the blight rats again. Can you not? Come on. I was hoping I get a little bit of health back there. Oh, well. No biggie. I've got lots of these blood vials now. Should be running out anytime soon. Where am I going? Yeah, that's definitely fair. It's good to always have people over from time to time and have things feel a little bit more lived in. Wonder if there's any major bosses in this game that are in Night Rain? No, because this is a Sony property. And Sony doesn't want anybody touching their Bloodborne. Even themselves. So the answer is no. So that'd also be the reason why there's, like, no Demon Souls bosses in Elden Ring Night Rain. Otherwise, if they're more open to it, I would imagine that there totally would be Bloodborne bosses in Night Rain. But alas, blame Sony. They are super overprotective of Bloodborne. It's a PS4 game, and that's it. And there's never going to be anything else related to Bloodborne ever. Is what they have decreed. It'll be interesting to see what Nintendo does with the Duskbloods when that comes out. Wow. And part of the reason why I wanted to stream Bloodborne this year is because I kind of wanted to do it before the Duskbloods. To see, like, let's see what Sony's, like, FromSoftware Soulsborne game is like here before we see what Nintendo's is like. Interesting to compare and contrast. Huh? You what now? I think when it comes down to best gaming company, it's probably Sega. Anyone that makes a fan game of Sega games, Sega hires them. Yeah, in some instances. Sometimes Sega puts out some pretty half-baked Sonic games, but Sega's seen pretty positively nowadays. Bandai Namco has also seen pretty positively. And of course, like, indie studios like Team Cherry would of course be. But in terms of big studios, I think, like, well, people really like Bandai Namco. In terms of developers, FromSoft is, like, one of the last remaining greats of not overcharging you for, like, a whole bunch of, like, bullshit. And actually giving you a whole lot of bang for your buck in a quality video game. What was your frame rate there, dude? Whatever it was not very good, huh? Bandai Namco positive. No, remember the fiasco with Tales of Arise? Depends on the Bandai Namco game, I guess. Like, whoa. Like Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree and Night Rain and stuff. That was all published by Bandai Namco. But yeah, when it comes to Tales of stuff, they're a little bit nutty there. Hintertomb Chalice. Do I need to do that to progress? I don't know if you're going to kill me, but I'm going to preemptively kill you just in case. I was born in the US after all. I guess this was just important to go to for that or something or other? But yeah, so Bandai Namco is definitely not completely scot-free. But yeah, in terms of publishers, yeah, I guess Sega's seen it as somewhat positive light. Just people being like, oh, not every Sonic game is exactly the best. The Tales of Rise wasn't just published by Bandai Namco, they were also made by Bandai Namco Team 2. Okay. Just like how Nintendo makes Mario games. Gotcha, gotcha. As opposed to publishing but being a separate studio like FromSoftware with these kinds of games. Or in Nintendo's case, Monolith Soft with like Xenoblade and other stuff there. Well, I guess I just came here for that. May as well run back here now. I may as well use these to get a whole whack of Bolt Hunter's marks. That's what I may as well do, right? Where was the thing again? It was here, right? Yeah, and then the thing for the boss will be over this way somewhere. So let's just return to the Hunter Stream and buy myself some Bolt Hunter's marks. That's what I may as well do. I think I'll do that. Although it's been lost for quite some time, one can still see the signs of the cure, which the tasteful ornament was once kept. Its color would stand out most brilliantly against a head of grayish hair. Here, let's just buy a whole bunch of these, because they'll just, like, speed things up for me. So they'll be super convenient. Here, so I can keep on bum rushing this stuff here. Here, I don't have any reason to hold on to these. Actually, maybe yes I do. For the next Chalice dungeon. Well, I'll beat the boss at the end of this Chalice dungeon, and then I'll have enough echoes to make it to the next thing or above anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. I don't have to hold on to anything for any reason. Saw Hunter badge. The workshop is gone, and no group recognizes this meaningless badge except the messengers in the bath who understand it profoundly.